Is it just me, or is everyone turning vegan?
From A-list celebs to all over my social media feed, vegans are everywhere. And young people like me are leading the way. Almost half of all vegans are aged between 15 and 34.
But is it just a fad, or is this vegan boom here to stay?
To find out, I'm going animal-friendly for 2 weeks. Sacrificing my favourite things. Vegetarian grated cheese, woohoo! Oh no, I'm vegan and Dairy farmer Abby Reader has invited me to see where milk for my beloved cheese comes from.
It's fine. She was just saying hello. So this is Susan.
Hey, Susan. Look at Susan's fringe, boy.
I know Sue's got an excellent fringe. Here comes 1950, so she doesn't have a name.
Why? Oh, let me name this one then.
Okay.
Betty.
Betty, okay.
We name her Betty.
Cool.
1950, you are now Betty.
So, time to get Betty and the other ladies into the milking parlour. And they don't seem to mind.
I can't believe they've actually just walked in here by themselves. They haven't been forced in here, they knew exactly where to go, and they're all just patiently waiting.
They seem pretty chilled out to me.
I usually start with the furthest one away from me, and I will put it onto the end of her teat. You happy to give that a go? So as long as you've done it right, you'll see milk coming down.
So they obviously got a lot of milk inside them then.
Yep.
And dairy makes cheese.
Certainly does.
Because cows only produce milk after giving birth, to keep their milk flowing, they're artificially impregnated again and again.
It can't be good for them though, you know, getting them pregnant all the time.
You can't really force an animal to get pregnant if they're not ready for it. They have to be fit and healthy and well, and their body is right and everything's right for them to get back in calf.
So how many babies do they actually have?
What, in their lifetime?
In their lifetime, yeah.
Totally dependent on the cow. So I've got some that have had 10, some that have had 6.
Now that can't be easy for them. Vegans think that cow's milk shouldn't be produced for humans, and Abby has received a lot of abuse for providing the pints for our fridges.
I've been called a kidnapper, a rapist, a murderer. I've been shown some horrendous images of animal cruelty that I wish I could unsee, but I can't. But none of those really bother me. The most insulting thing you can say to me is I don't care about my animals.
Abby isn't convinced that all vegans care about animal welfare.
There's 2 types of vegans. There's normal people who just happen to choose to be vegan, and then there's this very small minority who are these activist extremists.
Why do some vegans take their beliefs to such extremes? There's been loads of stuff online, like this video of vegans storming into a steakhouse. They call it non-violent disruption. If I was sat in that restaurant, I'd be tamping.
There's no excuse for animal abuse.
But are all vegan protests so angry and so in your face? Model Kay Lavelle is so passionate about her veganism, she even went on national TV as a contestant on Big Brother to promote it. We're at a protest outside an abattoir as animals arrive for slaughter.
Have a look.
I don't want to look.
Look at the eyes. That's like a broken skull.
Local police keep things safe, managing the traffic and stopping the trucks, which gives the protesters a chance to connect with the pigs inside.
Darling, darling, darling.
This feels a bit full on. I've never done anything like this before.
Please, you gotta touch it. Like, you gotta feel the energy. Oh. Darling.
I feel so sad.
Come on, darling.
Everything is filmed and live streamed, but being here in person is really getting to me.
Look at the eyes. Look at that.
I know. I don't want to see them either. I know it sounds nasty. It makes me upset.
I'm lost for words. But why do these protesters think it's so important to be here?
This will be the last time or the only time that these pigs will ever feel a loving human connection.
Yeah, of
so
course.
they come here to sort of, you know, pay their respects because once they're in, that's it.
After each arrival, the protesters hold 2-minute silence for the animals. But not all vegan activists are this peaceful.
What I don't get is how certain vegans push it onto people. You know, they abuse people, they attack people. There's no need for that. And I think them type of people are ruining it.
People are like that because they've connected so much to the animal and they've seen so much abuse that their pain and suffering is so horrendous that they're just like, they want to be like, oh, but I know that I'm not going to get through to anyone if I'm going to push it onto them.
I want to know if these protesters would ever go further for their vegan cause.
Do you think it can ever be justified when people go as far as breaking the law?
It's a really hard question. I'm not sure I can answer that one.
I think so, purely because, like, throughout history, any protest or anything, we've broken laws to get where we are.
By standing up for animals and sharing their efforts online, these guys are hoping to change the minds of meat eaters. And it's powerful stuff.
It's really making me question the meat I've been eating, and, you know, I just don't know if I want to go back to meat anymore. I just don't know.
Today, I'm going to witness firsthand where my steak comes from. I find it shocking, but this is just another day's work for Kelly, who is highly skilled at what she does. And it's all overseen by a government vet.
I'm just baffled how you're just doing it so cash, like it was just a living creature just now, you know.
Yeah, but something that we take pride in, the fact that that animal, you know, he didn't know what was going to happen, he didn't see anyone else, he wasn't stressed, he walked up the race nice and calm. We don't like killing things, but there's a right and a wrong way to do it.
Seeing this process for myself, I'm really questioning my love of meat.
We don't have to be doing this. We don't have to be. We don't do it.
But then if there wasn't the process of these animals being here for meat, they wouldn't be here. So you'd be driving along in the countryside and not seeing any livestock. In any world you like, a farmer is not going to keep animals if they don't have a purpose. It costs so much to keep.
Yeah.
If there's no financial benefit, then they're not going to be here.
Vegans, they would completely argue on this, I'm sure they would.
In their ideal world, no one would eat meat, and there would be no animals.
I'm looking at meat really differently today now. I just witnessed it go from a living animal within seconds to that. It's a different feeling. The scenes I've seen today are going to stay with me for a long time, but I think it's important if I eat meat, you know, everyone needs to see how the animal you're eating is killed, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people are uneducated as to what happens. People have come so far detached from their food because at the end of the day, you are what you eat. I eat meat, but I don't eat a lot of meat. But the meat that I do eat, I make an educated choice. Yeah, it's quality and it's higher welfare.
Yeah, no, definitely. If I'm going to take anything from today, is that I really need to start looking, you know, and thinking about where the meat I'm eating has come from. 2 weeks ago, I was a flat-out meat eater. And don't get me wrong, it was hard giving up some of my favourite things. But what surprised me the most was how mentally solid it's been. Everyone I met, they were adamant that what they believed was right. But I don't feel like there is a right or wrong answer in all this. It all comes down to personal choice. What do you think of that? 'Cause I don't know about you, but that was absolutely stunning.
I'm not going to lie, that was absolutely lush.
It was a lot better than what I thought.
Oh my God, I know. I know I'm going to eat way less meat from now on, and when I do, I also know what it's taken to get that animal onto my plate. But if there's one thing I can't live without, that's this.